On this time, I'm gonna ask for any public comment. No public comment, committee items. Now we're gonna start, looking at the bills. No, you got your paper there, didn't I?
I got nothing.
Nothing, okay.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
There you go.
Here's one for Dale.
We're ready to
All
go.
right.
We're all here. There's a small stack here.
Good.
Why is it like half of it's Harrison lumber?
Yeah, that's a big deal. I don't know.
Just don't you worry about those.
Why you have to worry about it?
I already told her I'd sign it.
Yeah. Yeah, give me an off sign and you get that.
What's the date today?
15th.
15th.
Tax day. Well, the old tax.
The old tax day.
You guys send yours in yet?
I don't even have all my stuff back yet.
My taxes have been done for a month.
You send them in though?
Oh,
No, pass it down to Dan.
what's that one?
That's just the regular ones.
That's that girl that
Just,
retired.
she retired, that's her time we owe her. We
Oh.
needed to sign that.
Now, where was she at? Which department?
She worked for the prosecutor.
Prosecutor.
Oh,
You want me to flip these over? Or you want?
Yeah, flip them over. That's easier.
holy cow.
5,000 some, huh?
Yeah.
How you doing, Dawn?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Here you go. That one's separate?
Yeah, that one's separate. I'll put that there for now.
Tracy, you here today or?
Yes.
Is she?
I got in.
How you doing, Jesse?
Pretty good yourself.
There's a lady who's coming out. I was trying to get in because I was waiting
That's
for her to
right.
call. She opened the door
Oh, that's right.
and
You
then
gotta do
just
social
kind of shut it right
distancing.
behind her so I couldn't sneak in.
I'll stay back.
What do you mean?
I came in that one. Was there any open?
How you doing, Tracy?
Good, how about you?
You ain't got some different hair going there.
I didn't do nothing to it today. I just let it go. And no makeup.
You know any traveling barbers?
Yeah, no kidding.
I did Bob's.
Well,
Set them out on the picnic table and zzz.
I've watched the videos online. No, that ain't gonna happen.
I'll cut your hair, Dale.
Carol says, I could try, but I don't know what it'll look like after I get done. Well, no, that's not gonna happen.
I'll cut it, Dale, and I don't care what it looks like.
You,
Yeah.
yeah,
Bob
I
did
think
bodies.
you would.
In fact, we'll set up a video camera for
It'll be a YouTube class.
you. Yeah.
Dale, did you see the bids that, came in for the cleaning service? Cause I was getting ready to do there was only two and I was getting ready to do the
Dale
contract.
said he was cruising the parking lot.
Yeah, I sat out in the truck waiting to get in and he was, Shu was touring the parking lot this morning in his vehicle.
Oh, really?
It was actually him. Yeah.
Who else turned in, Lori, for the running man? You got nothing named
I
yet?
didn't look this morning,
Oh,
Is the 21st still the deadline?
yes,
I guess if I'm gonna run, I better get my shit in gear.
yeah.
Get something
that was
done.
good.
So who's all got challengers?
You know, the last time I looked, there were only two people that filed for commissioner, and that was,
That's it?
yeah, and that was for one position.
Not that attractive.
It
of a
was
job.
Ken Raup and, Ron Ashland.
have you seen that one
Ask that
for,
question.
34,750, that comes from?
I didn't see that one yet. It's coming up. I'm coming up.
No, you see it.
How's your wife doing?
Cause it's gonna be the shocker. No, there's a $68. Took that over, I'm sorry, Dale. I just threw that on there.
Scary.
It is. question. What happens if there's 4 people that don't run again and nobody, or 3 that are on the board is not a quorum, so how are they gonna appoint
Yeah.
to fill those positions?
I know 2 guys that filed for mine, I mean, are taking up petitions.
I thought David had 2, 3 people.
Is he on welfare, is he?
I
I
don't
think he
know.
is. How can you raise people taxes?
Was that in my mailbox?
No,
Oh, I was gonna say, I haven't checked my mail, so.
Just, yeah, okay, and that's mental health,
So here's a question, Tracy.
Big one?
yeah,
How big is it?
34,700.
So let's say
Right there?
Yeah.
4 of us
Okay.
don't run again, and nobody puts in a petition for either 4 of those positions. How does a 3-person board appoint those 4 positions when they're not a quorum?
I don't know, we've never had that situation, so it's
You're
something we'll have to
gonna
think.
run,
You might have that this time.
you're gonna run, Dale.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how that works.
Oh, you are thinking about not running?
I didn't say anything, that's Jeff saying that.
Oh.
After the last finance meeting, he was done, he ain't gonna run. I tried to get him and Jack and Leonard all to go down and pick our paperwork up. They all chickened out.
If I was young like you guys, I'd run again. Young guy, person again.
Young, like,
We need some senior leadership with somebody that's got time on their hands to lead us faithfully and can put in the effort for us people that are
Keep
working.
track of these, Dale, they're coming through now.
You're not listening to me,
Harrison
are you?
lumber stuff?
Yeah.
Read Jack, read Jack.
How much are? Is John still on there? I'd like.
Now he's got some little ones, trying to sneak them through, Dale, see, now they're on little ones.
You know, change it up a little bit, Leonard.
What's the state of the order of Jeff asked?
I really would. I'm guilty of it.
I heard you're pretty busy down there.
It's ridiculous.
Are you limiting the number of people in the building at a time?
What's that?
Are you limiting the number of people in the building at a time? Or how many? how many-
40,
Really?
but I called Becker and he came down and we talked about square footage and fixtures and everything, and he walked through with what we did. He said we could have per 25% of our occupancy capacity, so we could have like 120 in there at one
Oh
time.
my gosh.
Christ, with no virus, I wouldn't want 120 people in here. But that first wave, all them people from their cottages, that,
We got a lot of people
oh,
up.
man, that just hit hard.
A lot of people up. You seen them Saturday morning come down my road, I live on the south side of the lake, and they're just pulling trailers and coming in.
what about the one, park? What did they end up doing?
The what?
There was one campground where people were showing up
Oh,
and their
camp-
water
yeah.
was,
No, they had to turn them away.
they did turn away,
Yeah.
because there were like 5 people there already or something.
Yeah, we've got, we gotta double check with the township, but the township's, I think, gonna close their parks too, if they haven't already. I mean, nobody goes in them this early.
And Jack's wood business is not looking good.
No.
But I don't know if he's gonna be healthy enough to do anything.
Yeah.
Pretty rough shape. I might have to look for him.
Well, I told him, if you needed somebody to, what's that?
Who else is on, the committee?
Fitzpatrick.
Besides Marge?
Just you and Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that was a little bit,
Okay.
there was only the 2, so I'm preparing a contract for the board meeting, so we've got it.
Okay. I told Jack, you need somebody to make your wood or do whatever, let me know. I'm flexible.
Do you have your, CDL, since you're on the fire department, is that a
We're
requirement?
exempt.
Alright.
Emergency services are exempt from CDL requirements.
12.
Check, sure.
Here's Carl, he's putting in for quite a bit.
Even county.
Saw a sandhill crane over on Asher. Muskrat on Grant, 4550.
So here's a question. When we get to that point, to where we don't have any cash, do we still have to do finance committee to approve bills?
Well, you still have to approve them. Whether you can pay them or
Whether
not is a
they
different
can or
thing.
not? Checks in the mail.
Yeah, nothing at Long Lake Beavers.
Is that a baseball team?
I don't know, 2875. Good for him. I'm missing baseball.
You and the president,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that's what he said last night.
Don't worry, he'll have everything going by the end of the month. But the people are still dying or not.
Well, that's a good thing. The executive order was extended to
I
only
won't have
12
nobody will come into work then, will
for this,
You know what, Tim?
to allow us
Huh?
for
You know
remote
what,
meetings.
Tim?
Yeah.
they? I don't.
You do?
Yep.
How's he doing?
In quarantine right now.
I had a whole family they rented it last summer, they rented an RV lot from me. Husband and 5 kids all got it.
Yeah, friend of mine's wife and their 2 kids.
Hey, well, 18 days, you lost 42 pounds.
Maybe I should get it then.
Then I had another
I think
friend
it's better
that,
than Atkins.
with their
Oh.
kids, that they took the test and, because they were exposed, and they
Yeah.
found out that they've had the antibodies for like 2 months. They figured it was a couple of months they've had them.
So they've already been through it.
They've already been through it,
Didn't know it?
didn't know it.
So what happens then? Can you just go anywhere? I mean, you good to go?
You know, I don't know that, I've been listening and
They
watching.
say you
the
can get it
news.
again.
Yeah, they
Really?
said that if you have the antibodies, some of the doctors were saying that you're okay, you can't catch it again, but then there's reports coming in from China and that people are being reinfected, so I don't,
I don't know, things are new, you know, they just don't know.
yeah,
You could still carry it
Yeah.
on your clothing or whatever you're carrying around.
yeah.
Still be a danger.
Lori, you weren't in here when Dale asked the question. If we have 4 vacancies on the board and nobody runs for those 4 positions and 3 people are elected to the board, how can those 3 people appoint people for those positions?
We'll
We're
have to
not
check into
quorum.
it. Let's see if it happens. If it happens, I'll find out.
I said I wasn't sure.
Even if people don't file by April 21st, the no party affiliation has till July to file. And
They
then
can do write-ins.
it's even extended further for write-ins.
I'm trying to think what crazy people would want to apply for these positions.
I'd tell you, but then that'd give some ideas and I'm not going there.
What was that?
Maybe the people would have to appoint them.
Where's the machine? Got it.
Here's one for $200, beaver removal from Peacock Dunes. There they are out there.
Who's your roads out your way
Carl
now?
doesn't jump in there and
Not bad.
take them beavers out himself.
27
Well,
was
$200
like,
bucks.
Were they? It
oh yeah,
was like nothing had ever happened out
the snow was
You guys
packed
probably
right
can't
on
be
the
moving
road.
that.
No, that's probably a cheap beaver.
When you figure
Oh, I
everything
know
out.
about it.
You know, it depends what kind of beaver you're talking about.
there. Snow was coming down.
I do think I'm wrong.
Bob got it, so he said, you gotta see this. Sitting down on the ground in the snow.
What was the comment you made last time we were in here? You had me kind of cracking up.
Okay.
Last financial meeting, and last board meeting too. You asked David if his dad right.
It's being recorded, it's being recorded.
No, I got it. Is that out of line, is it?
I think you submitted it very under the radar. I was kind of proud of that. See, you still got it.
What happened to the other half of the bill?
I don't think,
Yeah.
that's your discount.
Holy cow.
Yeah, you might wanna look at those, look through those.
I will.
Hey Tracy, the front door still broke?
So they're paying
No,
They're
it is
paying
fixed?
Leroy to take the
Cause last I'd heard it was
Yeah.
broke.
beaver.
Yeah, no, Dave said that, Dave said
Yeah, well,
that there's
that's the
something,
guy that
he
does
said
that.
right now it's fixed.
Yeah, he
Oh.
does a lot of trapping around
Oh,
there.
okay, I
and
get
stuff.
you, I get you.
But I think it's funny now that I see
Yeah,
this.
they were going back there.
His
Going
actually,
right.
they paid his
Does
wife.
not have a sweet
Okay.
card.
Yeah,
Oh, I get you.
Yeah.
I see that in there.
yeah.
I didn't know who they were. Ah,
Jeff, do you have a swipe card?
Do I have a what?
Swipe card to get in the building.
No, it's a challenge for me to get in the building.
Okay, we'll get you one.
Okay. Cause I was laughing when I was on the phone with you. A lady comes out. Cause she came out the door and then to go down to the basement. And she like opens the door, I'm on the phone with you and like I'm getting ready to go and she shuts it behind her and blocks me out. Just swipes it and then goes down to the basement. I'm going, God damn it. Then I start walking back
The
around.
side door here?
No, right over here. Then I start walking back around and then Jenny sees me. I'm halfway there. Jeff, you need to get in? Yeah! Oh, my Christ, it's cold.
anyway, I go to Carl Parks with one of there, and she goes to me. Knock on wood.
Right.
I see the price of propane's falling.
Yeah. Okay. There's that one you can look at.
There you go.
What's this, the bills we did? Yeah, I'll get to that. You got signed mine, or did? Sign that one.
Oh, that one's gotta be signed by.
Just 'cause he can do it from their
Leonard,
houses.
go through the collector.
Signed.
That's got all of this.
That one's done,
This one's done too.
that one's done.
You need to sign that one. Bill, that one's for you,
That one's done.
and here's one for you also.
All those
Oh,
bills.
okay, we got one more to sign here. Let's see, if you sign off on this, I'll sign them all like that.
There's that one, Dale. These are all signed on that one, Leonard.
Okay.
That one's done. I don't think.
I've
we
had,
should do
anybody
that.
else had calls on the road commission?
Is she on,
Did Dugan call you? I gave him your number.
I got a couple of calls, why aren't they working?
Did they call
Aren't
me?
they
Well, yeah, I know, Steve answered about that on Facebook this morning, and, the guy answered back, said we're parking our cars inside. Joe Biden has no cars up there, I don't know
Well,
if Joe,
they
yeah.
have to say the
There's
motion.
gotta be, well, no, cause all the gates have been closed all of last week, and,
I think Roscommon and Gladwin County are running too.
I mean, wouldn't you think it's an essential business? Or
Oh, yeah.
essential service, or?
And I think it would be safe to, I guess you gotta show up. I don't know.
Danny Dysinger called me, and he said that Merle Harvin, the guy we appointed out there, he said they only had one meeting since we appointed him. Yeah. The road commission.
Road commission only have one meeting?
He said, you know, let me see,
Are their trucks even running?
Yes.
You know,
They
I went
graded
by
our,
there on the way here, and there's a couple of cars out back, and there's a couple cars up front.
they graded our road the other day.
But it doesn't look like, yeah, I've seen the big graders go out, but it doesn't look like they're like running a full crew or anything like that. And then last week, the gates never opened, and I went by it every day. And, so, I don't know. Like I said, I would think that your road commission would be an essential business, or an essential, you know.
I could have used a little salt or sand or something on the roads this morning.
Yeah, they were, it was weird, some of them were slippery and icy a little bit, and some were, like the
you see.
parking lot out here's empty.
Rubber
I
band.
mean, there's no ice.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, that must be the one, isn't it?
Yeah. Any, public comment?
Hey, do I get paid for both meetings, seeing how I was at the one Monday too?
Yeah, we'll
All
watch
right,
it.
that's all I want to know.
I was there too.
I don't have anything on here, Leonard.
I was there spiritually.
For what?
Jack told me
Oh,
not
no
even
public
coming in,
comment.
I was a little bit hurt.
Did he?
You guys have to make the motion to approve those minutes, or approve those bills.
I'll make the motion, we approve the.
I'll second them.
Yeah, you guys got that. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? There wasn't a total figure on there like there usually is, so I didn't really, I just put a question mark there.
I'll get it from Joey.
Yeah, you can fill that in.
Don't we normally get a sheet of over expense items or dollars?
On the budget,
How much we overspent? Don't we normally get that?
we just started getting that, I thought.
Yeah.
That was at the board meeting,
That was at finance meeting.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's the first one I ever seen, then, that's,
yeah, that was at finance meeting.
here's a question, do you think it's gonna help the budget? That we've been shut down, or are we spending just as much and not bringing nothing in?
You're probably saving something on the lights. But
Not
other than
bringing
that,
much in.
you're still paying
Uh,
everything.
Oh, right.
So we're not bringing much in.
You got people working every day, do you?
For people aren't coming in paying their fines and.
How many people you got working in your office? I mean, right now,
I have one on each side, so one in courts and, one in deeds or.
do they switch back and forth, do they,
Well, courts, I have someone there every day,
I mean,
and then in deeds and vitals, I have one person a day.
are you having trouble getting anybody to, come in?
No, I've offered them to work from home and nobody wants to. They want to come in.
I've sent most of the, I think the high-risk people home, and everybody else that's there has not really had an
Brad,
issue with it
anybody
at
in your
all.
office working?
I just need Dusty.
Do you? One
So you-
working?
So you have, everyone's working in your office, and it's whether they're working from home or working here or working.
No, like, there's one working, they're not working remotely. If they're in the office, they're working. They're monitoring their emails and answering what they can for email
At home,
at home, but they're not.
so they're not considered working at home? But-
Only when some of them are, but most of them are not. Some
But
of them
we're
are
still
getting-
paying.
Yes. Like the rest of the county.
Does anybody know where we're at, money wise in the county right now?
Jenny just emailed me and said she can come over if you need her to. You want me to have her pop over?
You guys want to?
Yeah, it's a pretty good booth, actually, Brad.
What did you say?
Yeah,
Might
well-
as well get depressed.
That'll count as another meeting, so we get another
Another 25 bucks.
Oh.
Sucker drive
So
while
did
it's
you
still
open the
there.
meeting? God, we're really pushing it today, aren't we?
A little bit sarcastic.
You gotta laugh or you're gonna sit there and cry, so.
Exactly.
So you got the John Deere trailer behind, it's made by John Deere.
Yep,
Where'd you get that?
over the road.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What vators are big?
Yeah, they got quite a few stores around.
A lot of them.
Yeah, but,
No.
one more a couple of years ago.
Do we have anybody you think that's
Crappy.
applying for any kind of financial help from the government? I know that we've been doing that through the lumberyard to, you know, can the government get in on that payroll protection plan thing?
I checked into it and you can't.
We don't have to. If you're gonna pull, there's no hardship there. Sure, until the end of this month.
Well, they would need to reimburse you for paying your employees is what.
I've already got-
If it's related to coronavirus, from what I understand.
Well, it is because we're shut down because of it.
Yes, there's a reimbursement.
For the first
You're
80
carrying some,
hours,
right?
Huh?
You're carrying some.
Everybody,
Dale,
even if
for
they
the
don't work.
first 80 hours,
For the
David.
first 80 hours.
They
Yes.
don't.
Weeks,
No.
basically.
yes.
No, yeah, exactly,
That's somebody.
exactly.
You remember?
It sure would help out,
Take care of it.
I think so.
to finish this budget year off.
But we did a
Right.
payroll protection plan as to where, well, to apply for it, you couldn't lay anybody off. You have to have the same payroll you did as of February 15th to get it, and supposedly if you use 75% of it by June 30th for payroll, they're gonna forgive the whole thing, so it's kind of like a grant with stipulations, so.
We could have furloughed, had people still collect their insurance and furloughed them.
Anybody got their 1,200 yet?
And they can collect their, and they
Mine's
can,
sitting right in the checking.
and they can collect unemployment
Oh, you got
on
the
furlough
application.
as well.
Yeah,
You're gonna go get
Jenny, she didn't answer.
max unemployment
problem is,
plus
we always file through
600 a week
our main
from
checking account,
Fed.
Right,
so my wife already knows that
There's
spending
some
coming in,
people out
so.
there that are crazy. that
I'm
they
sure
can
she'll,
lay off.
that'll be good
Well, there's
stimulus for
some-
somebody, if she
Yeah.
gets all of
there are
that.
some counties that are looking into doing it.
Yeah, and it's
Now.
tax free. You're not gonna be taxed on it.
Yep.
Because they're
What do
putting
you
it,
notify yesterday?
they're putting it
Till I
as a
find out,
tax
yeah.
credit
Nope,
to
Monday,
the public.
Monday.
So you're
Well,
not
and they're
taxed.
saying that
I told
they're
her to check
saying
it, so
that,
people at work are watching their checkbook,
we won't be
obviously.
charged for
constantly,
that.
you know,
Right,
If their,
right.
their spouse isn't working or something, you know, things are getting old.
Tax free money.
It starts
That
showing up in their
$1,200?
accounts on Monday.
no, we're talking
But
about
It
the,
doesn't show it's
layoff.
there yet. It shows
The
it's
federal
pending.
600 a week for unemployment.
no, where we won't even be charged for the 300 and something.
Right. Yeah. And now there's, some legislation going through, about essential services and first responders and all that. If you're an essential service, they wanna put a bill through that it's going to, they're gonna retro it back to March something, $13 an hour.
25,000 for, a year for first responders and medical, and $13 an hour for essential workers with
Yeah.
grocers, gas station workers, that kind of thing.
But do we have someone working on all those, loopholes and how we can get some money to help with all this thing, or no?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's why we, when we do payroll, we have an emergency, we have a certain line that we're documenting everything on.
COVID-19.
good.
Yeah, cause that reimbursement was actually passed in the last stimulus bill, so.
Jenny's on her way.
But here's a lot of the problem,
Thank you.
it's all coming too late.
How's the rental business going? How many renters you got?
Still be in a meeting?
Uh-huh.
9.
Still be in a meeting with Jenny? Or can you
You're
close
forgiving
the
all your
meeting?
renters, right, for all this is going on? You're
They
not?
didn't adjourn, did
Are you still holding them to the deadline too?
they?
Not
Wow, you're hardcore.
They can pay, then they'll take penalty. If they can't, they can't.
Are you gonna evict them?
Can't.
We'll never say you can't.
But landlord's in a bad spot,
I still
yeah.
pay my mortgage.
right?
And everybody, I guess today is supposed to be everybody's supposed to have the stimulus check.
It's being sent out to the lowest income persons first, and their intention is to do 5 million a week. So those with higher income, it's out till September is what I read this morning.
I thought they were supposed to have everybody that filed, from what I seen from the IRS, everybody that filed a return for 2018 or 2019, your stimulus would be deposited in your account by today.
And
It
a lot
is.
of them,
We got ours.
Did you?
a lot of them are going out by check too.
Now, here's a question. If you filed, but you paid in,
See, that's what I do, I don't get any money back, I gotta pay, I pay in quarterly, I pay in every check,
is that the information they need?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't, as long as you
That's what
file.
I was concerned about, because you don't have your bank, numbers there. because
Well,
they're not
you
sending
do,
back.
because they've got what I do is have them automatically take it out of my account. So they have my routing number and my bank number.
Why, Denny?
It's them taking the money out of my account.
Did you check?
No, I haven't checked yet.
Check your bank, see if it's pending.
We just thought maybe give
Ours
us
is
a little
pending on
update, Denny.
Monday.
What was that?
We're all waiting for you, we just thought maybe give us a little update if you wouldn't mind.
On which
Well,
part?
How much money we got?
Money.
We have,
Do we have any?
well, we have our normal cash flow issue. We're working on, the, tax anticipation note, we have already went through. We have about 150,000 of that left. We do have to pay out $4.3 million in, delinquent taxes here at the end of April, and usually we use the rest of that delinquent, any money that comes in, we use that as cash flow to get us through to the end, till we start collecting summer taxes again. So, well, it just depends on what comes in. My office has still been working full-time. I've been rotating one off each, so everyone gets a day off a week. But we're still getting a ton of tax payments. They're still coming in. So that is good news.
Are people coming in, are they mailing them, or?
Mailing, we encourage mailing in online. Once in a while, we'll get somebody that has cash and they want to pay. So we have kind of a little drive-through service in between the sheriff department and ours. And we have protocol set up in place to, for safety.
So what's our fund balance today?
It's negative right now, but it will be until we pay off the tax anticipation note.
Our actual fund balance is negative.
Yes, yeah, but it always is this time of year because of the cash flow issue that we have. But we did increase the tax anticipation note this year, but we're already through it. So we're waiting. So far, the state has still been paying us revenues, which is good. I was worried that that would come to a halt with all of this. So far, they're paying that.
Will we have money in fund balance to cover the bills next month? Or
We'll probably have to rethink what we're doing if this goes on past May 1st.
okay.
How is it set for those tax sales now, is that off, is it?
I'm sorry, what was that?
For tax sales, to recover money?
Currently, the governor has extended the foreclosure through the end of May, or 30 days. It's May 29th or 30 days after the termination of her order.
Yeah.
So, right now, if it stays the way it is, then the auctions will still take place. They'll just have a couple extra months to pay. A lot of people are still paying those taxes, but some are grateful for the extension. So if it goes on past that, there is a chance that there won't be any sales this year.
Will you
It'll
do
have
the
to be
auctions
taxed on.
online? Basically, that's what they'll be, is online. They won't be in a gathering.
Well, our auctions aren't until August or September. So if everything goes and the 29th is the last day, then they will still be just normal auctions unless something else happens. But at this juncture, if it stays May 29th, if it's after that, we probably won't be having an auction this year. It probably won't be until the next year.
So question, if nothing does change and this stays the same, and it goes on to next month, regardless what the federal does, if the governor deems we still stay closed, will we be able to make payroll?
We probably will be able to for a little bit, but we're probably gonna have to seek another loan. And the state has offered. Tracy and I have been getting the emails coming through where we could get an expedited one if we needed to.
And I think that the board would have to start looking at some other options.
Yeah, there's also a lot of, MAC has been tracking, I don't know if you guys get the MAC emails, but they have been tracking what other counties are doing. And so that it's obviously possible that we may have to lay off or furlough. There are some other options that we might have to look at. But one thing that we're really looking at is between the state and the feds, it keeps going back, if they're going to reimburse counties. And while it's been said that they are supposed to, it keeps going back and forth to where it might not. I don't know if you guys have been reading NACO, but NACO has been sending around a lot of emails too.
What would they reimburse?
I'm assuming all the paid wages, because we've been paying all the wages for the employees to not be working, and that is one of them. And then the expenditures to help with the COVID expenditures. So all the, the masks and everything, all of the IT equipment that we've needed to have people work at home,
Right.
things like that.
Here's the question, if we didn't furlough anybody and we didn't lay anybody off, how would we be eligible to reimburse those wages? From what I understand, that reimbursement is only for people that have been furloughed or laid off, not to cover wages for people that are working.
For the people that are actually working, I don't
Yes.
think there is a reimbursement for people that
No.
are actually working. I think it's just for the ones,
That are laid off, which we don't have anybody laid off.
No,
we
No,
don't, but
not
we
like-
have them not working.
yes, we have people that are at home not working and we're paying
But
them.
we're still paying them,
Mhm.
so that's not lost wages.
I think it is.
No, but it is because we're paying them and they're not working.
That's why
That's
you're
what's
gonna get
being
reimbursed.
That's what we're using that emergency line for when they're doing payroll, so that we can keep track of who's actually not working while at home.
And we were right on it. So from the beginning, we started tracking all of those expenses.
Yeah.
So we have that in the event. We're hoping that, because right from the offset, both the governor and the feds said they were going to reimburse. So we're hoping to get reimbursed, but it's obviously stalled out right now.
So I will email to the board members what we've been getting from NACO. And there's a link on there that's asking you to contact your legislators. And I really think it would be great if you guys could do that.
I've tried. They don't respond.
Oh, probably not, but
You know what surrounding counties around us, they laid off, or they doing the same program we are, or?
there are, I've been keeping in contact with them. Right now, it sounds like no one has done any furloughs or layoffs with the exception of Genesee County. And they've done some temporary layoffs. And I talked to Stoker about it yesterday, and his comment to me was that if you are going to do layoffs or furlough, he suggested doing furlough. They can still collect unemployment. And we have the option of being able to keep them on the health insurance if
I
we
think that's the
choose to do
biggest
so.
thing. I mean, you, especially this time, you don't wanna cut people's, you
Exactly,
get the cutback.
exactly.
You don't wanna cut their healthcare right
Yeah.
now.
But I know a few people in the business side of this that have laid people off, and by doing so have really, really hurt their chances of getting any relief because they already took the relief by cutting their wages. And so I almost recommend paying everybody this far into it. It can't last forever.
Well, we've already said
Well,
we
and
won't pay them till what, the end of the month?
Yeah.
The other thing is with furlough, is that Stoker basically said it's a guarantee that they're not going to be not called back because it's not a layoff. So it's just a furlough for a temporary amount of time, and they'll just return to work when things open back up.
And looking at MAC, their email that they sent around, they have a link that you can touch where they're tracking what all of the other counties are doing. And it looks like the majority of them are going to wait until May to see if she changes again. If she extends it again, I think most people are gonna have to make that decision for lower layoff.
Yeah.
We've been kind of watching what everybody else has been doing too. Not that we might have to do something different, but
Yeah, good you watching that gives us.
With the numbers going up like they're going, and that going down in Michigan, I can't believe that she's not gonna extend it. It would surprise me,
Well, you're getting a lot of cabin, southern people coming up to cabin.
yeah. I don't have Facebook, but from what I understand.
It's probably a good thing you don't.
Yeah, it's really lit up in our area about the people that actually live there, and the people that are coming up from downstate are really upset, and it's, from what I understand, it's kind of getting a little chippy.
My
Well,
son
you coming
works,
up and downstate, they're paying the big, they don't get the homestead exemption up here, they're paying some heavy
Right.
taxes if
Oh,
they have
yeah.
a decent place.
my son works at the gas station, and they have Detroiters coming up with campers,
Oh, yeah.
Stuck in Oakland County.
stopping to get propane or stopping to get whatever, and it's like,
My daughter was, right, my daughter worked at
Get out of Dodge.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
big hospital there, she's working from home.
well,
She's still there in her hospital now because they're laying off and laying off people. All the guys, COVID people.
the Detroit Free Press just had a big thing about Beaumont Hospital in Wayne. My sister works at Beaumont and Royal Oak, but the Wayne County one, they shut down for COVID. They said they've seen a decrease.
And my daughter
that
went to
section.
St. Joe's.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they've seen a decrease to where they're going to shut that one down to COVID patients and just move on to the other one. So could be good. Could be good news.
They should be moving all of them to the stadium by now. They've set that up.
They said they have a quarter of the beds are being used right now. So that's also a good sign.
I agree.
I got a sense it's turning a corner. I'm gonna go to the grocery store tonight for the first time.
You got a mask?
I do.
Okay.
Is that what-
Why aren't you wearing it in here?
Huh?
You should be wearing it. Where's your gloves?
Let me see your mask, Leonard.
anybody needs any, I've been making them.
Have you?
You want one of these? This is the better one.
You got, yeah,
Yes.
how many you got?
How many you want?
You got 3. The fire department,
Yeah, exactly.
big deal. Give me 3, you want 3?
I don't want
You
any.
need something better than that.
I got
These are good ones.
50 of the homemade ones on my desk that my employees won't wear anyway, so.
Thanks, Neil.
My husband had a box of 10 of the N95s. He went out there to go get one to go to the store, and he's like, I didn't realize I had these out there. So,
I have drywall masks. They say they don't work the same.
My wife
What's
said,
that?
you know,
I have drywall masks. They say they don't work the same.
Yeah, it's more dust. But you know what?
Something that
The
keeps
reason
it
why
out.
they put the
I haven't used them
everybody
yet.
wear mask thing in is because it's to stop the people that possibly could have it. That from coughing or
Right.
sneezing or something like that. So, because if you look at these masks right here, if you're wearing it and somebody has it and they don't have a mask and have one, there's a good chance that it's gonna get by that mask.
Yeah.
I mean, they say, the manufacturer says 1 use or 4 continuous hours for an N95. And you've got people, we've got Claire ER people that are wearing it for days,
mhm.
days, because they don't have more. So. Our policy is on our fire department, you put one on for every run because everyone is suspect of having it. And we also put one on the patient too.
Are you running
We
your
put one of
truck?
these on a patient.
Well, we'll just put them Scott air packs on. That'd be perfect.
Possible.
You going out for birthdays or anything?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
When is your next finance meeting?
You know, when's our next board meeting? Is that next Wednesday?
Yes.
Is it, or are we canceling it?
No, it was moved to the 22nd,
Well, the 22nd, what day is that?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That's next Wednesday?
Mhm.
We're still on, huh?
Are we gonna are we gonna are we gonna have only 4 people show up here, so we have a quorum, or is everyone?
You don't have to have but one person show up here.
We changed that.
Okay,
They changed the executive order.
okay,
So if everybody's on remotely but one person, you're good.
I got my mask now, I'm not afraid of them. I'll be sitting down in the water, maybe she'll be afraid of me.
You should be.
we've gotta be, even if we have a meeting, we still have to be 6 feet apart.
Yeah. Oh, about 6 feet, yeah.
Close, probably.
5 minutes. Well, I guess I'll go home.
When's the next meeting?
No, I don't know, probably determine that maybe next Wednesday.
We don't need it now. 2 weeks from now, we going back on that? Is that what we
We
need?
can go back on the regular Mondays if you
Regular
want.
schedule will be next Monday.
Yeah, but I won't have my bills by then, though. I hardly got anything today,
The next one will be 2 weeks after that, on Monday.
probably.
All right, let's do it then.
Probably.
3 weeks from 3 weeks from last
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
So May 4th.
I'm only filling in.
Huh?
I'm only filling in.
You might be here.
Might be regular, we don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be regular.
Jackson, rough shape.
If you're done, you need to adjourn the meeting.
I already hammered the gavel.
Okay, good then.
I felt pretty powerful doing that.
Yeah.
Does that stop the